Under the wave of layoffs, the unemployment crisis for middle-aged people is severe. US publishes Notorious market list, Wechat, Taobao, and Pinduoduo are listed. Following HP, Dell Service China Company also registers a dissolution filing announcement. Following HP, Dell Service China Company also registers a dissolution filing announcement. Analysis reveals signs of internal strife in CCP, indicating she's total loss in domestic and foreign affairs. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Under the wave of layoffs, the unemployment crisis for middle-aged people is severe. The Chinese economy is currently experiencing a decline, evident from the withdrawal of numerous foreign corporations, widespread closure of private businesses, and a somber mood in Beijing. This downturn disproportionately affects middle-aged individuals, as interviews suggest, making their unemployment crisis more severe than for the younger population. On January 28, a viral video on Chinese social media titled "38-year-old with a degree from a prestigious 211 university gets dismissed and secretly delivers food, hiding it from his spouse" reflected the widespread unemployment crisis among middle-aged citizens in China. Graduates from 211 project universities, which receive significant state funding and are considered prestigious, are generally highly respected in China and expected to have promising career prospects. However, this expectation contrasts with the current reality of rising unemployment. Xiao Yi, a Shanghai entrepreneur, revealed the over 35 job barrier, noting the high unemployment rate for those under 35, especially in areas like Dongguan, Guangdong, Zhejiang, and Shanghai. He explained that many middle-aged individuals who pursued entrepreneurship are now facing debt due to the economic downturn post-pandemic. Xiao Yi emphasized the greater severity of unemployment among middle-aged individuals compared to the young, who can still find work in sectors like food delivery. He warned that this disparity could lead to significant social unrest in the next 3 to 5 years. A report by Xilian Zhaopin, a Chinese recruitment agency, confirmed that 85% of white-collar professionals recognize the over 35 barrier, with 46.8% finding it extremely challenging to secure employment after this age. This issue is particularly acute in industries such as the internet, finance, and culture. An article titled "Beijing has never been as desolate as it is now," which portrayed Beijing's desolation, especially the quiet Wangfujing Street, was widely circulated before being censored by Chinese authorities. It underscored the economic challenges facing the city. Furthermore, China's local financial income has been steadily declining, with 28 provinces lowering their revenue growth forecasts by January 30. Given the government's history of manipulating data, the actual financial situation may be even more dire than reported. On January 28, Kai Shenkuan, an independent commentator, posted on social media platform X, before the National Bureau of Statistics released the 2023 GDP figures, it adjusted the 2022 GDP data. The revised GDP for 2022 stands at 12,047,240 million yuan, 54.83 billion yuan less than the previously declared amount. Notably, the sum of GDP reductions in just a few central provinces surpasses this total. This underscores the fact that China's statistical data is unreliable and frivolous, far from a credible metric to gauge economic growth. US publishes Notorious market list, Wechat, Taobao, and Pinduoduo are listed. On Tuesday, January 30, the Office of the United States Trade Representative, USTR, unveiled the 2023 Notorious Markets list, featuring prominent Chinese platforms like Wechat, Taobao, and Pinduoduo. The USTR highlighted China as the foremost global source of counterfeit products. The list for 2023 pinpoints 39 online and 33 physical marketplaces implicated in extensive trademark counterfeiting or copyright infringement. Among them are Alibaba's Taobao, Tencent's instant messaging app Wechat, Baidu's cloud storage Baidu NetDisk, D-Gate, and Pinduoduo. It also notes 7 physical markets within China, infamous for producing, distributing, and selling counterfeit goods. Specifically in China, the list highlights markets such as Huiqiangbai Electronics Market, Luohu Commercial City, Beijing Silk Street, and Wuai Market for their notoriety among the 33 physical markets named. Counterfeit and pirated products from China, including those routed through Hong Kong, made up 60% of the counterfeit and pirated goods value seized by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, in 2022, based on the manufacturer's suggested retail price. The easing of COVID-19 restrictions has led to increased activity in physical markets, resulting in a resurgence of counterfeit goods sales. These sellers are also using physical storefronts for customer engagement, product testing, and as hubs for completing online sales. The USTR's report urges China to modify and broaden its enforcement measures to tackle the changing dynamics of counterfeit sales in physical markets. U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tai highlighted the detrimental impact of counterfeit and pirated goods trade on workers, consumers, small businesses, and ultimately, the U.S. economy. Tai also underscored the importance of this year's Notorious Markets list, emphasizing the dangers of counterfeit goods and the necessity of stringent enforcement for economic growth. Initially identified in the Special 301 report in 2006, the USTR has been publishing the Notorious Markets list annually since February 2011, separate from the Special 301 report. This is done to enhance public awareness and assist market operators and governments in prioritizing intellectual property enforcement, thereby protecting American workers and businesses. Following HP, Dell Service China Company also registers a dissolution filing announcement. Recently, various media outlets in mainland China reported that Dell Services Company is planning to deregister. This follows the deregistration of Hewlett-Packard, HP, company and signals another potential exit of a foreign company from China, sparking concerns about Dell's future in the Chinese market. On January 30, China Economic Weekly cited the Tianyanka app in reporting that Dell Services China Company Limited is undergoing deregistration due to a resolution to dissolve the company. The notification period for this deregistration runs from January 26 to March 11. Established in April 2011 with Yuan Lijun as its legal representative and a registered capital of 30 million yuan, approximately $4.23 million, Dell Services China Company Limited handles the sales of Dell-branded products, including exports and leasing. It also offers after-sales support, warranty services, and technical maintenance. This subsidiary is wholly owned by Dell Asia Holdings Pte. Ltd. In early January, the Nikkei Asian Review reported on Dell's plan to phase out the use of Chinese-made chips by 2024. Dell has also requested its electronic module and printed circuit board suppliers, as well as product assembly companies, to increase their production capacities in countries outside of China, such as Vietnam. According to the Epoch Times, which referenced analyst Eddie Han from Isaiah Research, the increasing geopolitical tensions between the United States and China are a primary motivator for electronics manufacturers to establish alternative production bases outside of China. This strategy is also being adopted by other U.S. electronics firms, including Apple. Additionally, in early January, the news of HP's Shanghai company's deregistration attracted significant attention. On January 17, China HP announced that, with the approval of HP's global headquarters, HP Technology, Shanghai Company Limited had successfully completed its business deregistration process. This entity, one of HP's in Shanghai, had been inactive for several years, conducting no business activities or employing any staff. Netizens have actively discussed these developments, with comments such as, "It started with HP, now it's Dell, I wonder who will be next." This winter feels particularly bleak. I'm curious about how many workers in the supply chain have been effectively laid off. One netizen noted, "In our company's bulk computer purchases, Lenovo ranks lowest, Dell is the best, with HP and others in between. As for laptops, Acer is the lowest, followed by Lenovo, with Dell being the best." Jiangsu Company offers million yuan reward for clues on officials' illegal activities. On January 29, a Jiangsu-based company's online notice offering a substantial reward of 1 million yuan, approximately $140,784, for information on illegal activities by public officials gained widespread attention. The notice accused Chen Shi, captain of the comprehensive law enforcement team at Chang'an District's Market Supervision and Administration Bureau in Fuzhou City, of mishandling a patent dispute and a quality complaint against the company, alleging that he abused his power despite knowing their products met quality standards. The company, Jiangsu Yuan Corrugated Pipe Company, Limited, publicly offered the reward for information on Chen's abuse of power, corruption, bribery, or other illegal acts. They promised 1 million yuan, about $140,784, for information leading to criminal charges against Chen and a minimum of 50,000 yuan, around $7,039, for information resulting in his demotion or dismissal. The paper confirmed with the company that the notice was genuine, and the local Market Supervision and Administration Bureau acknowledged the issue, stating that an investigation was underway. Commenting on the situation, financial blogger and Weibo influencer Night's Eye Rolling Snowball commented that the team captain Chen Shi is a regular section-level staff in a stock-level unit. This incident has been officially confirmed as true. It's astonishing that an enforcement official without any administrative rank can so easily manipulate a company. This incident reveals the formidable power of authority. Upon checking, it's noted that Jiangsu Yuan Corrugated Pipe Company, Limited has a significant scale with a registered capital of 168.88 million yuan, nearly $24 million. Even such a large company seems powerless against authority. Imagine what would happen to ordinary people in similar situations. The 1 million yuan reward represents a novel approach by the company in anti-corruption efforts. It also serves as a stark warning to officials engaging in illegal, disorderly, and irresponsible acts. Online discussions reflected broader concerns about systemic corruption. One netizen pointed out that the known instances of corruption represent just the tip of the iceberg, often involving roles perceived as minor. Another comment emphasized the never-ending nature of the fight against corruption, suggesting it is deeply rooted in systemic issues. Analysis reveals signs of internal strife in CCP, indicating Xi's total loss in domestic and foreign affairs. The CCP's internal and international policy struggles have led to a rapidly contracting Chinese economy. Analysts have observed that Xi Jinping's 10-year leadership has resulted in complete failure in both domestic and foreign policies, with all initiatives proving counterproductive. Despite the CCP's recent drastic measures to revive the economy, it seems too late. On January 29, Hong Kong's senior journalist Yan Chungo posted on Facebook about the CCP's recent launch of several significant economic rescue initiatives. These measures include lowering banks' reserve requirement ratios to free up 2 trillion yuan, nearly $282 billion, for the stock market, halting new investment projects in numerous provinces and cities, suddenly permitting total foreign ownership of financial institutions, and giving provinces and cities more control over real estate policy decisions. Yan commented on the impact of allowing foreign investors full ownership of financial institution stocks, noting the CCP's control within this one-party dictatorship system and questioning the real effectiveness of such foreign ownership. He pointed out the unlikely scenario of foreign investors eagerly stepping into struggling small and medium-sized financial firms, suggesting that this policy is more about projecting a false image of openness. Yan observes that these policy shifts, almost a complete reversal, appeared abruptly and could not have been quickly prepared. This indicates the existence of a pre-planned strategy within the CCP, awaiting final endorsement. He also mentioned the previously unresolved intense factional conflicts within the CCP. The current rollout of these significant policy changes suggests an end to these internal disputes, marking a stop to the extensive political backtracking that has characterized Xi Jinping's 10-year rule. Yan Chungo views recent developments as detrimental for Xi Jinping, signifying a recognition by the entire party of Xi's comprehensive failure in both domestic and foreign policy over the last decade since his rise to power. Xi's self-touted philosophies of struggle, the narrative of the East rising and the West declining, the concept of a collective economy, and a unified command structure have all been effectively invalidated. This situation ironically validates the statements of Li Keqiang, who was unjustly criticized, particularly his remark that the Yangtze and Yellow rivers will not flow backwards. Furthermore, Yan Chungo suggests that these events reveal an unspoken truth: the Chinese Communist Party is in a state of extreme desperation and has exhausted its strategies. Xi's relentless refusal to concede failure, a trait apparent during the COVID-19 pandemic and in the government's intrusion into the private sector, has continued unabated. Over the past 10 years, Xi has recklessly depleted the wealth amassed by the Chinese populace under the CCP's regime, leaving almost nothing. Yan asserts, anyone who continues along with him is doomed. Yan also criticizes the CCP for its duplicity, likening its actions to controlling the sky with one hand and the earth with the other, professing one thing but practicing another. He contends that the global community has been duped by the CCP for decades, enduring significant losses. Now, the world watches in mockery, opting to stay uninvolved and allowing the CCP to continue its course until it reaches its limit. He identifies this as the crux of the problem. Finally, the Hong Kong senior journalist declares that the CCP is now irreparably ailing, beyond any hope of recovery, and contends that it is too late for the party to consider policy reforms. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.